the gold. Now time for the men's team final.
To the southeast of Beijing and the site of the 1999 World Gymnastics Championships. Hi again, everybody. Along with Bart Connor, I'm Chris Marlowe. Glad to have you with us. Well, if you like gymnastics, you have come to the right place. We have a ton of it for you tonight. Men's and women's, individual, all-around. We have 10 event finals. It should be a great night. Let's start with the women's individual all-around. The contenders, I guess you have to start with Romania.
And the women's individual all-around gold medal in the World Championships is one of the most coveted medals in the sport. And the Romanians, as you mentioned, look outstanding. In fact, 3 of the top 4 qualifiers are from Romania, led by Maria Olaru, who's never been in a World Championship competition before. Also from Russia, we have to watch out for the reigning world all-around champion, Svetlana Horkina. She struggled on the balance beam in the team competition. It'll be interesting to see if she can come back on that event today. That'll be in the first rotation.
The United States finished 6th in the women's team event. Individually, how do the Americans stack up?
Well, actually, they're kind of limping into this competition. 3 women did qualify. Kristen Maloney, and she's out with an injury, got hurt yesterday. Vanessa Atler is qualified, but she has a sprained ankle, and we're not sure if she'll be at her best today. And from the United States, Elise Ray also qualified, and she looks terrific. She seems to be building her confidence, and it'll be interesting to see if she can hold up under the pressure of these all-around finals as well.
A little bit later, we're going to see the men's individual all-around, and American star Blaine Wilson. Can he win a medal this year? We will find out. Let's get you right to the action.
Let's begin with rotation number 1. Romania's Maria Olaru on the uneven bars.
Nice pirouette at the top, 1.5. Now, she has a tendency to break form. Every once in a while, you watch her feet. They tend to separate on these casts. See if they separate on the way up. There again on the release move. That's a decent exercise. It'll get a modest score. Has enough difficulty, but certainly no special creativity, not the kind of style you see from someone like Svetlana Horkina or even the Chinese gymnast here. Several little form breaks, execution errors.
Her score 9.587 for the leader coming in, Maria Olaru. Let's go to the balance beam now. Here's Romania's Andreea Raducan.
This is a powerful young gymnast. A lot of people here have high expectations for this 16-year-old. There is some talk that she may be considered a favorite for gold in Sydney. She's that good in the all-around. Watch this move here. Back handspring to a back somersault with a full. What a gutsy young lady. Here's an all-around competition, and she's going for it all. She has nice polish. She seems to be really paying attention to details, trying to make sure that every position has the best extension she can possibly get out of her legs and arms. Oh, what power through to the dismount. 2 back handsprings to a pipe double back somersault. She's very confident, young lady. Doesn't seem to be intimidated by this level of international competition, going for difficult elements and seemingly with ease.
The score for Andreea Raducan is a good one, 9.750. Here now is American Vanessa Atler.
Chris, this is one of her best events. Goodwill Games gold medalist on the vault. Boy, she can launch this double twisting Yurchenko. Wow. Nicely done. Now, Chris, she would have been in the '97 World Championship. She was the co-national champion in the U.S. that year, but she was too young. And so this is her first major world meet.
You saw the 9.587 on vault number 1. Here's her second.
This vault, like the first, is a 9.9 start value. Good execution, but all week long, she has had trouble sticking these landings. Perhaps that sore ankle is still giving her some trouble there.
Her second vault gets a 9.525, so her average, a solid 9.556. And now here is the reigning world individual all-around champion, Russian Svetlana Horkina, on beam.
She fell on the beam in the team competition, scored below a 9. Oh, a little trouble there. Anytime a gymnast has a deduction of 0.2 of a point or more in execution on an element, they lose the potential bonus points. She lost the bonus points for that opening tumbling sequence. That was nicely done. That was the move that she fell on in the team competition, that full twisting back handspring, one of her signature moves. The scores in general have been low on the balance beam here at these championships. The judges are very strict on connecting elements. If a gymnast doesn't completely connect 2 elements, they will not earn the bonus points for that connection. But when you look at her fluid movement, even just a simple arm pose or leg lift is very elegant. And this double twist off the side, and again, a little sloppy on the landing here. She doesn't look happy with that performance. Now on this opening tumbling sequence, she was supposed to do a layout back somersault. In this third element there, she did a simple back handspring and then had a balance break. So she'll have a deduction for that, as well as the reduced difficulty value in the routine.
8.937. Her chances for another gold medal are gone. Here now on floor is Elise Ray of the United States.
Her personal coach is Kelly Hill, who happens to be one of the coaches for this World Championship team. Elise is the U.S. national champion on this event. Beautiful mount. Triple twist right to a punch front. Tumbling run. Good for this young lady. She played it smart. Good control, good clean presentation. Her gymnastics really holds up on this international scene. This is an important pass. Back with a half to what they call a Rudy, which is a front with a 1.5 twist. There's Kelly Hill, her coach.
And the score, 9.662. And now Romania's Simona Amanar on the beam.
One of the most accomplished gymnasts in this event. 4 Olympic medals, 8 world medals, 6 of them gold, 7 European medals, 5 of those gold. Solid start. It was such a shock in the team competition the other day when she fell from the beam. Normally you expect Amanar to be rock solid. Years old now. Somewhat of a choppy rhythm. Good power through to the dismount. Take a look at these two back handsprings and the lift that she gets off of the beam. That's an extremely high tuck double back for the finish.
Her score, 9.687. We are underway. You're watching ESPN's coverage of the 1999 World Gymnastics Championships. We'll continue right after this. Football Championships. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Bart Connor. Continuing now with the individual all-around. Rotation number 2. Here is Victoria Karpinka from Ukraine.
She is coached by Oleg Ostapenko, who is also the national team coach of Ukraine. He said that she is perhaps the most talented gymnast he's ever had in his program. And of course, that even includes the reigning Olympic all-around champion, Lilia Podkopaeva. So that is high praise from a terrific coach. Over the last 3 years, we haven't seen much from her on the major international stage because she's had injuries in 96, 7, and 8. Various injuries to her hamstring, her foot, broken fingers in her hand. So it's nice to see her healthy, finally, at a major international meet like this.
Is it an advantage to go on beam early for an all-arounder?
Depends on the mentality of the athlete. Some like to go and get it out of the way. Some prefer to get one event under their belt because, of course, balance beam is the clutch event for women's gymnastics. She seems to be moving very smoothly with confidence. Now, she has a routine that has more difficulty in it that she often throws. This time she went with a safer exercise, a good combination here through to the dismount. Nicely done, but perhaps a smart move in the all-around competition to not go for some of her more difficult elements. Watch this combination. It's a round-off back handspring to a double back, just like you would see on the floor, and yet she's doing it on that 4-inch wide beam. Nice going.
Her balance beam score, excellent, 9.762 for Karpinka. And now we move to the vault. Here is the United States' Elise Ray. First vault.
Nice start for Elise. Now, this is an event where she'll need to be solid because vault is her weakest. She's terrific on the bars, the floor, and the beam. This event, she doesn't quite have the same level of start value in terms of difficulty as many of the other gymnasts.
Her first vault score, 9.3. Remember, it's the average of 2.
The first vault had a 9.6 start value. This should be a 1.5 twister, which is a 9.8 start value. And this is where she's improved her difficulty a little bit on vaulting. Let's see if she can handle it. Yeah, nicely done. A little shorter rotation, but good mechanics. This is the Yurchenko style, and she's going to do a laid-out somersault, 1.5 twists off, just a little short there. But as always, good technique for Elise Ray.
9.386 on vault number 2, so the average 9.343 for America's Elise Ray. And now Romania's Maria Olaru on beam.
She placed second in the Goodwill Games last summer in New York in the all-around competition. She's very balanced. She doesn't have any one particular event that is weak. She's outstanding on the floor and the vault, very good on the beam. Perhaps the uneven bars is where she could expect her lowest score. She doesn't have a high level of difficulty there. Interesting, after the clutch performances from the Romanians in their final rotation on the bars in the team competition, they were sloppy on the beam. They had to start beam the first rotation of the team competition and had two major mistakes from their veteran performers. So it's interesting to see that Olaru, who is new to this major international scene, is so confident and poised up here. This is a clean routine and good presentation. Nice start in the first rotation on the beam for Olaru. Now, typical of the Romanian style, they don't necessarily take any unusual risk. This is a rather common sequence. Back handspring layout to a back straddle down. Well done. Nothing particularly creative, but as you can see, solid.
Good numbers, 9-7-3-7. And now American Vanessa Atler on the uneven bars. Apparatus that has given her trouble in the past.
And here we go, Chris. This is the event where she totally lacks confidence. Let's see if she can get through it today. She took out one of her major release moves, the Komenich, because she had struggled with it. Uh-oh. Oh. She got in trouble on that pirouette, swung down and stopped the action. Of course, because of that, she loses bonus points and difficulty ratings because she misses some combinations. And even struggling again on those pirouettes. Oh, this is going to get a low score for Vanessa Atler here in the first rotation. You know, she took out the Komenich release move thinking that was going to solve her problems, but in many cases she had some weak mechanics on this event. A good dismount there, but her confidence is not there because she has some technique problems on the bars.
Her score, 8.775. Big disappointment for Vanessa Atler. After rotation to the standings, Victoria Karpinka, Ukraine, is ahead, 0.2 of a point. Behind is Maria Olaru. Elena Zamolodchikova, Russia, is third. Slater is fourth. Prodanova is fifth. American Elise Ray, currently in seventh. We'll be back.
Coast Motors understands families, featuring a full
of over 1 billion people. And inside for some more gymnastics, women's rotation number 3 of the individual all-around. Here is Victoria Karpinka, currently our leader. She'll perform on floor.
And watch at the ease in which she executes these powerful moves.
Pretty good opening run.
Off to a good start today. Already had a 9.762 in the beam. One more tumbling run here. Should be looking for a good score. Oh, just a little short. You talk about finely conditioned athletes. She is incredibly strong. And watch this. 1.5 through to a 2.5, right to a punch front. She's had problems in the past going out of bounds. That's a lot of tumbling to get in one diagonal pass. She made it easily that time.
The score for Karpinka, 9.675. Let's move now back to the vault. Simona Amanar. This is her first vault.
Chris, there's not a title in the world that she hasn't won on the vault. There's her coach, Octavian Belu, the head coach of the Romanian program. Since the early 80s when Bela Karolyi defected to the United States, Belu has been in charge. Outstanding. She's the reigning Olympic champion. She's won world titles. In fact, she's the reigning world champion right now. It looked as if she slipped a little bit as she went across the top of the horse, and yet she has such experience, she was able to pull that around.
Her first vault score, 9.725. Outstanding. This is number 2.
It's a 9.8 start value vault. It's called a Phelps, named after American J.C. Phelps. And Amanar just doesn't do that vault very well. I'm amazed that she continues to get high scores for this. This one is too piked. Her body needs to be straight. And in this case, she lands and bounces to the side. It'll be interesting to see what the judges do with it. You can see Belu's not happy.
Still pretty good, 9.525. So her average, 9.625. Let's move back to the balance beam. This is Dongfeng Xiao of China.
She was a major factor in helping the Chinese women's team. Oh, what an unfortunate start there on that straddle down mount. The Chinese women team ahead of the Ukrainian team in the team competition by 85 thousandths of a point, earned the bronze medal just over the Ukrainians. She recovered nicely after that bobble on the mount. A beautiful layout. Oh, here's a nice combination. Now, she is not the most artistic of the Chinese gymnasts here. She tends to be a little choppy and sloppy on some of her transitional elements. She's more known for her power work on the floor and vault. Even the Chinese coaches have admitted that this may not be the team that they bring to the Olympics in Sydney next year. They have so many talented young gymnasts. Nice power on that double back dismount. She lacks a little in polish, but she certainly doesn't lack in terms of power. Very nice form and execution on that dismount.
China's Dongfeng Xiao receives 9.525 for her routine. Now let's move to Elena Zamolodchikova of Russia on beam.
This is an exciting young gymnast. Talk about all muscle. She is explosive, powerful. She does outrageous level of difficulty on almost all the equipment. Look at that. Full twisting straddle down. Now notice how quickly she moves. That's how she is in real life. You should see her just walking around the gym floor. She might think about switching to decaf. What do you think?
She's energetic, that's for sure.
This kind of staccato rhythm doesn't play very well on the balance beam. She is known for her power on floor and vault. And here she lacks a little polish as well. She's trying to present it the best that she can, but she doesn't have the long, fluid movement that a Horkina delivers, or even Olaru from Romania. But watch this dismount. She's going to do a double back with a full twist. This is where she is spectacular. How about that?
Nice.
She's the only gymnast in this all-around competition who's going for a dismount of such difficulty. Watch, this is a full twist into a second somersault in the tuck position.
And she receives a good score of 9.6. The standings after the third rotation: Victoria Karpinka, Ukraine, continues to lead. Maria Olaru is in second. Andrea Raducan is moved up into third. Zamolochikova, Prodinova, and American Elise Ray.
Where is my magazine?
Subscribers to ESPN the magazine and your free windbreaker, 1-800-706-9933.
The 1999 World Championships of Gymnastics continue. The fourth and final rotation of the women's individual all-around. It is very tight. We start on vault. Victoria Karpinka, our leader from Ukraine.
And Chris, for the last few years, we've been hyping this young lady, and this is her first chance to win a medal here in a major international meet. A handspring laid out front. Nice execution. That's a tough vault to land. Comes from a 9.8 start value, and she has good form throughout. That's a tough vault to do.
Judges give her 9.462. 9.462 on vault number one. Here comes her second.
A 9.9 start value for her second vault. This is the same vault, but with a half turn.
Better.
Nice mechanics, just a little shorter rotation. Same basic technique, and she does a half turn out of it. Good fight on that landing.
Karpinka earns a 9.525, so her average 9.493. Let's go over to the uneven bars. Here's Romania, Simona Amanov.
Even though she is the Romanian champion on this event, this is certainly her weakest apparatus, but she did deliver a 9.7 in the team competition to help the Romanians clinch that gold medal over Russia. It was exciting. Full pirouette to, oh!
Wow.
Oh! That is a shock. You just don't expect the Romanian gymnast to miss, especially someone who's already an Olympic gold medalist, world champion. Wow. You lose a half a point for falling off the apparatus, and that's a heartbreaker for her. She was going to do a pirouette here, 1.5, and she stopped after 1, tried to do the second half. Oh, that's a shame.
There is one of the lower scores of the World Championships, 8.175 for Amanov. And now Romania's Maria Olaru, currently in second place. She needs to hit here to have a chance at the gold medal.
And this is a great event for her to finish on. She's spectacular on the vault. This is a double twister, a 9.9 start value.
Oh!
Nice. Now, the first time we saw her on a major international stage, it was at the Junior Europeans back in '96, and she has grown pretty tall. She's about 5'4", which is about a head taller than a lot of other gymnasts here, and yet she still has power.
9.675 on her first vault. One more to come.
Had a knee surgery about a year ago and had thought about giving up the sport. Now she has a chance to win a medal. Her second vault here, a 9.8 start value. Just like Amanar, the same two vaults. Good control on the landing. This is the Phelps vault. This young lady might win a medal today.
9.575, so her average 9.625, which will move her into first place. And now American Vanessa Atler is on floor.
Here's her mount, double layout, punch front. Now, she's had trouble with her ankle. She sprained it last spring on that very same move, and it looks like she may have re-injured it. Let's see if she can generate some power for this next pass. It's a whip to a pike double. Oh. Chris, she's surely hurt.
She was good on vault, good on beam, but the uneven bars on the floor are just been a disaster for her.
I think this ankle is a real problem. She hurt it pretty severely last spring, has been kind of nursing it along, getting ready for these championships, even stayed out of the final trials in the U.S. to save herself. Oh, that's a shame. She only did a layout at the end. She's definitely hurt. Oh, this has been tough to watch for Vanessa Atler here, Chris. High expectations for this young lady. She's enormously talented. Let's take a look and see what happens here on the whip to a pike double. This is the second tumbling run, and probably just in so much pain that she can't hold the landing.
7.9 for Vanessa Atler.
A lot of turmoil in this young lady's life right now.
Now, one woman has a chance to win the all-around. It's Russian Elena Zamolodchikova. Her routine has already begun. She needs a 9.825.
And Chris, she's already done a double twisting, double back somersault. She's almost to the end of her exercise here. One tumbling pass to go. And one last opportunity for the Russians to get a medal here in the all-around competition. The superstar Horkina has had trouble today, so a chance for the youngster maybe to deliver a medal for the Russians. Looks good.
But is it enough? Once again, she needs a 9.825 for a gold.
She is such a bright, energetic young talent, and watch how she gets off the floor full in. She just rocks this thing so high and so quick off the floor.
Her score 9.787. So she just misses. That's going to give her the bronze, however. And the Romanian Maria Olaru is going to win the gold. So Romania, once again, wins the gold medal first in the team event for women, and now in the women's individual all-around. The final results: Olaru, Karpinka, Zamolodchikova. American Elise Ray gets 8th, a terrific performance for her. Vanessa Atler in 31st. Bart?
Vanessa, you placed 31st today. From the get-go at this World Championships, it just didn't seem like things were right for you. Perhaps it's the injury, perhaps it's the turmoil in your life of late. What do you attribute this to?
Pretty much everything, I guess. There's just a lot of problems that were going on, and mostly my ankle, I think, was today, because I did pretty well in the first day that I was here. And just, you know, I think it was that a lot, because I was worried about it and stuff like that, so.
I understand you were tempted to not even compete in today's all-around final. It was hurting that bad.
Yeah, it was really hurting a lot from the team competitions before, and I couldn't, the day before, I couldn't even push off of it at all, but today it felt a little bit better, but I didn't tumble it off for warm-ups, but so I just went for it in the competition, and it didn't work out too well, so.
Well, you're an outstanding young lady and a great gymnast, and we wish you better luck next time.
Thank you, thanks.
The first individual all-around title at the World Championships for Maria Olaru. The men are coming up next, so stay with us.
A new report in a leading medical journal suggests the excess risk of breast cancer